Hello, it's Michael here. I'm on to part 2 of the fucking history of the clan and shit like that, where I'll be commentating from the beginning of the clan, which part 1's already up, so if you want to look at that, then go and look at it, you know. So we're on to part 2. I'm trying to remember where I left off. We've me and Rob had just created a clan. You know, this is like 1 or 2 months after we created it. We haven't even played our first clan battle. I mean, we had a few members in it, but I was still not taking it seriously. I was still sort of just like, yeah, this is fun. Let's play for fun, or something like that. You know, I didn't understand online gaming. I was always a competitive person. I mean, fucking hell, I just fucking hate losing. So I always encourage people to play better, whatever. So what members have it? It was like me, Captain Crusader, Juice Evil, Rob. That's like the worst team. That's probably the worst team I've ever had in my clan. Then I remember we got these 2 new players that I recruited. One of them I've just remembered today, and that's why I felt the need to talk about it. Dr. Rdies, like 321. I completely forgot about him. He was a legend for like a year in the clan. Like, he was one of those FDP big boss type players. You know, he just does things. You know, you don't need to, he doesn't ask questions. You tell him to do something, he fucking does it. He doesn't, you know, question me or anything. Dr. Red, just fucking did things, and that works for the clan. You know, you tell him to be online, he'll probably be online. If he can't do something, he'll say he can't do something. There's no maybes or whatever like that. He just does what he's told. You know. So he was a really cool guy. We had a lot of players like that. You know, FDP, big boss, you know, type players. Those are kind of similar, you know. They're old, they're mature guys. They don't question much. So I remember, what was it? So I had a lot of players like that, you know. They weren't the best gamers around. They weren't all active at all. I think Rob wasn't even that active. I was the only one making huge progress in the game. But I mean, by this time, this is like 2 months after I started playing the game, I was already one of the best in the game. I wasn't recognised as that. I was still known as, people didn't know me on the game at that time, but you know, I still thought of myself as unstoppable. I hadn't even started using the pistol by then. This was just me using the assault rifle 24/7. So remember that I was the only sort of big player on the team. Then I think the biggest development in the clan I had was when I met Leon 5463, because that, you know, let's be honest, everybody's a bit of a cunt if you ever met him. He is an absolute cunt. He got a bit. I think it's probably my fault he's turned into an absolute cunt. I remember meeting him. You know, he was like a. I need to go back here because I couldn't recruit any of these big fucking players. I tried to recruit like players like Mingo, TKFS. They weren't interested. They weren't interested. They were decent players. They're not the best, by the way, but at that time, like 3 years ago, they were like big fucking players. So I was the only ones I really knew. So I asked them, they didn't join. So I had to recruit these new players, and I had to develop them. And that's how the clan. That's what made the clan sort of special to me, because you know, it wasn't just look at the leaderboards, pick out the top 10 best players. It wasn't like that. All the players that I've ever joined the clan have been fucking low ranks, and they moved up, developed, all playing together, all working up to being the best. You know, and that's why most of our players work so well together. We just develop we develop together like that. So you know, I've never thought of myself as a leader or being good at training or developing or anything like that. I've always been an individual in my life. I've always known how to develop myself, how to get self-control. But this is like my first time ever gaining control and developing others. But I guess my own individual skills helped with that. So I remember meeting Leon. He was like a new player. He had a fucking good shot on him, I remember that. But he didn't know how to dodge. He didn't know how to move in a certain way around the map. But he had a really good shot on him. I remember this is like the most pinnacle point in the clan, because me and him, I remember when I first met him, we got off pretty well. He was really quiet. He was kind of like a Hades type when I first met him. Completely different now. Now you won't shut him up. When I first met him, he was very quiet. You know, he thought of me as a god, like a big brother, even though he was older. Because I've always been like that, the old guy. I must have been like 12, 13 here, and everybody on the game thought I was like in my 30s. I still have the same voice, this deep ass voice. I've always had it. So I remember meeting him. We played for a bit. He thought I was a god at the game because how good I was. Just playing by myself, I was unstoppable at the time, even back then. So I remember we were doing customs a lot. I mean, an insane amount of customs. I'm talking entire days worth of customs, just 1 versus 1, and both improving each other. And then he was getting close to my skill level eventually. We played weeks, and weeks turned to months. I remember our first ever clan battle. Sort of a clan battle. It was a 2 versus 2. This was when I met Squall and Wicked Spider. These are the first guys I ever met on the game that used the pistol. Now, they were both fat bastards and I couldn't fucking stand them, but they used the pistol. I remember when they met us, you know, me and Leon, we had this fucking really good double team strategy. We were unstoppable for the first 2 years. I think only me and Sophia have ever matched what me and him had. That was because we were just fucking insane. So I remember meeting these guys. Squall and Wicked Spider were like the best players in the game at the time, or known as, you know. And I remember they were shit talking, because I think my little brother played the game, I remember, and Squall saying I think my little brother quit the match or something and on my profile, by the way. So I remember logging in, I had that message, I'm like, that was my little brother playing, and Squall's all like, fuck you, you fucking faggot, or whatever, and I'm like, whoa, calm down, no need for bad language, you know. So he was like, oh, let's have a fucking 2 versus 2, I'll kick your ass, you know. So I invited Leon. Now, this is incredible. Because me and Leon won this match, right? This is on one of the DLC maps, new map, that we had never played on. A 2 versus 2, which we've never really had a 2 versus 2 before. And it was a pistol match, and we'd never used pistol. It was always assault rifle. I always trained Leon to use the assault rifle. He was my prodigy. He was to become me. That's what he was supposed to be. We were assault rifle people. So this is the first time using pistols, and they were known as the Pistol Kings or whatever back then. That's until like Sulfury in that game, obviously. I remember playing, I think it was on Puncture, really shitty map. Actually it's quite a good map, but at the time I did not have a clue what to do on it. So I remember the match started and we absolutely fucking destroyed these guys, and you know, even they were like, fuck, wow, where the fuck did these guys come from? I wasn't even full rank. I was only like red and 2 stripes. Leon was like a yellow, rank yellow, you know. So that's how our match was incredible, because it was just the way it's like me and Leon could just read each other's mind. We knew each other's movement. He knew exactly what I would do in what situation. He knew where to move to. It was just incredible movement around the map, and it just led to some fucking great teamwork. You know, that's what it led to. So that was incredible. Leon himself, personally, it was a love-hate relationship, I'll give it that, okay? You either love him or you fucking hate him. But his ego got way too big for him, and that was his downside, eventually. Over and over again. I gave him a lot of chances, because I knew he could be that cool guy. He could have been. And he was at times. People got along with him, then all of a sudden he got too competitive. He's a bit like Nax in that way. Nax just sort of goes, snap, oh, I'm going to be a douchebag right now, or whatever, because you said you're better than me, or something like that. But I guess, you know, I think that's the difference between me and a lot of people. I have this huge ego, this huge fucking confidence, but if Nax or Leon was to lose a match, they would fucking go crazy, and they just hate everyone, even me. They would just hate me and everybody else in their team. And remember, but if I was to get angry, I more or less blame it on myself. If I lost a match, I blame it on myself. Of course I get frustrated and I shout at people, but obviously I'm still like, I could have fucking done better. So it works in that sense. So I remember that, and you know, me and Leon, we beat these guys in a couple of matches. They beat us in a couple of 2 versus 2s, and after that I was like, fucking hell, we are good at this game. So I remember looking at the leaderboards, they're like in the top 10 or whatever. I'm like, these guys, we just beat like 2 of the most experienced players in the game, and that was incredible at the time. So that gave me a bit of confidence. I was like, me and you could fucking win some matches here. So the next thing happened, which is quite big. I remember this one, well, two clans. There was two other big clans that I knew at the time. There was Bloodline, and there was the Elites, whatever. Now, I'll get to the Elites probably in another video, but Bloodline was probably a bigger functioning clan at the time. Bloodline had Eisende Lupin, who was known as one of the best players in the game. They also had Flameproof. Flameproof was even playing back then. Even back then, he was still playing the game. He wasn't as good though. But he's still sort of shit. And they had Viper Man, and I think they had Squall as well. They had Squall for a while. Well, at least I remember from a clan battle. And they had a few other players. Malix, that's it. Malix. I fucking hated that cunt. Oh god. You know, I remember this one time before I even started the clan, I saw their clan, the Bloodline, and I was a good player. I was still a fucking good player. I was like, but they fucking overlooked me. You know, they judged me. They're like, oh, he's only a blueberry. But I was still fucking kicking ass because I'm a gamer. I've played games my entire life. I know how to fucking shoot. I remember Malix. He asked to join the clan. I think Malix was just in a bad mood. He's usually not this much of a douchebag, but he was like, oh fuck you, you can't fucking play, you could never fucking be as good as us or beat us or whatever. And I'm like, well, dude, I was just being nice, asking, you know. And that was probably the last time I was being nice to somebody. He just went fucking at me like, yo, you're a fucking douchebag, like, kick your cunt or whatever. I was like, oh fuck you, prick. So when I came across their clan again with my clan, you know, they obviously asked for a clan battle. And you know, I wanted to beat this clan. I could not stand them. I got along with Eisen pretty well, but I did not like Malix, Flameproof. I didn't like any of the other ones. So I really wanted to beat these people because I hate people and I wanted to beat them. So that's how it went. But I knew I didn't have the clan for it. I mean, me and Leon, yeah, we're good. Okay, Rob can have his moments. Our fourth player, God help us all, okay? Dr. Rdies was a lovely guy, but he could not shoot for shit, okay? So I remember we were playing this friendly battle. This is our first ever 4 versus 4. Now this is when Leon really changed. You know, he was a really quiet guy. He gained confidence talking to me, just through 1 versus 1s, playing together and matchmaking. I remember this clan battle going off. This friendly clan battle. Okay, me and him did pretty well, but he left the match halfway through. He then, because we were losing pretty badly. I mean, Rob wasn't playing that well either. But it was good experience. We needed this clan battle to get better. So we were losing pretty bad. Leon leaves halfway through. He goes absolutely apeshit about teamwork and stuff. I tried to tell him to calm down and stuff. What he then did was leave the clan and then join Bloodline. Right, now I'm probably going to have to end this video here because now you're thinking, right, so Mike it's pretty much Michael, Rob and 2 noobs versus everybody now. So you know, it's not looking good at this moment. So this is pretty much where the big underdog rise story starts, I guess. So there I was, lost everything basically, got nothing, and I had to beat these guys. Well, I need to get my clan better. Not looking good, but I'll end the video there. So that was part 2. Part 3 should be up maybe next week, maybe earlier, maybe later. I don't know. But I'll see you guys later. I'll let this video run out. This is the RFG Game Over Part 1, by the way, the video it's showing. But the last Game Over I'm talking about. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you later.